ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life-hackful show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. Hello, and welcome to Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday, and congratulations on your abundance. I want you right now to look around and notice how abundant you really, really are. Take a look. Look up. Look down. You got shoes on your feet, maybe. You got a roof over your head. Who's around you right now that you love? So abundant. Go internally. Your heart's beating 100,000 times and you didn't even ask it to. You're crazy abundant. It's amazing. So am I. And I feel especially abundant having come back from beautiful, amazing, incredible Romania. Very excited to share my trip with you, our trip, the Power of We Symposium. I have some beautiful guests here I'm going to introduce to you to here soon who went with me, and the magic that we encountered, created, experienced, all of it. Very excited too to have Dr. Klayman back. He's here to help us fix our own ass. And today he's going to help us fix hemorrhoids, those nasty, nasty hemorrhoids. So you may have them. You may know someone who has one. So come take notes so that you can help them. Very, very excited. It's a fun, life-hackful show. And so excited to have you. Stay tuned to the end for mantra magic and meditation moment. Thank you for being here, guys. I love you so much. All right, it is now time for the show for Change Your State, Elevate. Awesome. This is the part of the show where we change our frequency, our state, our vibration, whatever you want to call it, to from wherever it is to higher. All right. So often, unfortunately, we're kind of in a crappy mood instead of a happy mood. Right. And so we can go from crappy to happy really, really quickly. And if you're already happy, then we can get even on a higher level of ecstasy. All right. So the little tip today is this. You just run your hands together like this, and it literally energizes you. Go figure. So do it with me. Who cares who's watching? Unless you're driving, obviously. And just do this for a minute and see if you feel any different. Rub your hands together. Recharge yourself. I'm finding it hard to be consistent. It's kind of funny. Are you having the same thing? I don't think it matters as long as you're moving your hands. All right, so that's your little tip for today on how to recharge. Again, I want you to just breathe too for a minute. I always love to have us breathe and just wipe off the day. Breathe in. Let it fill your lungs and then exhale. I know that ah sound really lets the stress leave. So one more time. And hold and exhale. And you always want to make your exhale longer than your inhale. And I like 3 times the charm. So breathe in again. And exhale. Very good. Awesome job. All right. Now it's time to fix your own ass. So I'm very excited to have Dr. Klayman here. I'm going to read his bio real fast before I bring him on. Dr. Klayman has had 30 years of experience in chiropractic, and he is the founder and creator of the pelvic balancer, and he has helped many people with their allergies, specifically me and my sons. And I have been to his clinic in Austin and have sat down with people who have been super allergic and their life completely affected and debilitated because of it, and now they're free. I'm very excited to have him. Drum roll, please, for the amazing Dr. Klayman. Hey, Dr. K.
Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate that.
How are ya?
I'm great.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, thank you. We got a beautiful time here in Austin, Texas. The weather's great, and you don't have to vaccinate.
All right.
So everything is really, everybody should understand that things are really developing beautifully, even though the news tells us awful stuff all the time, because that's what sells. But there's some really great things happening. And one of the things that I like to talk about is how to fix your own ass and other things too. And that's a class I teach. And one of the things I teach in that class is hemorrhoids. And turns out about 1 in 20 people have hemorrhoids. They don't like to talk about it. They're embarrassed by it. And before the show, I looked up who are the famous people who have hemorrhoids. The most famous person with hemorrhoids is George Clooney. Now, I hope I didn't violate any HIPAA rules and regulations. But anyway, I learned this technique years ago, and many years ago, the first person I used it on, he came back in the office 2 days after I taught him how to do this technique. And it's just 2 simple acupuncture points, one on your foot and one on your head. And he walked into the office and he was crying as he approached my desk. I said, "What's the matter, Don?" And he said, "You know that hemorrhoid technique that you taught me?" And I thought, "Oh my God, what happened?" Oh no. He said, "It worked great." So I said, "Why do you seem so sad?" He said, "Because my dad had hemorrhoids and he was embarrassed and he lived with them for years. And I wish he was alive now so that we could teach him how to do this technique." And so stories like that through the years stick with you. And I've always remembered that. And this technique works virtually all the time. And usually within a couple of days, certainly within a week, the hemorrhoids have either healed or almost healed. And all you have to do is hit 2 acupuncture points with your finger. Now, on the body, there are acupuncture meridians that flow in various directions. Well, one of the meridians goes up through the top of the head. And if you draw a line from the top of your ears to the tip top of your head, also known as the crown chakra, right, or the crown of the head, there's an acupuncture point up there that you just tap on for about 15 seconds. You can use a pen, the end of a fork. It doesn't have to be fancy, or your finger. And you tap on that for about 15 seconds. After you're done with that, you go to the inside of your left foot. And I'm going to show it to you on my foot. And I'm wearing today my very sexy shoes. So here they are. So here's the ankle bone. And here's the heel bone. Right in between is a soft spot. If you manipulate and rub and press on that soft spot right between the ankle bone and the heel bone, you'll be on that spot. And you manipulate that for about 15 seconds. And you do those 2 points a couple of times a day, and you'll see a difference. And it works just about with everybody. So that's the technique of the day. I hope you try it out. And when you get your results, call my office or send me an email and let me know how it worked for you. Thanks very much. And Enjoy the rest of Amy's show.
Thank you, Dr. Klayman.
My pleasure.
Have a wonderful night. All right. Amazing. So easy how you can fix your own ass. Woo! Thank you, Dr. Klayman. If you want to learn more how to fix your own ass, you can go to techniquesandselfhealing.com. And if you want to talk to Dr. Klayman, phone his office, you can use that number right there. He's amazing. Sherry will answer the phone, I believe, but you'll be in good hands. All right. So I am so excited to introduce our next guest. We have 3. I repeat, we have 3 guests today. All right, we have the amazing Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris back. He is host of the daily interview talk show Bathrobe Moments and is featured on the E360 TV network, where Lauren serves also as an executive producer, as a mentor, purpose discovery coach, author, and TV presenter. Lauren has been heard on Larry King Live and NPR Radio, seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, and Fox. He's amazing. He's our hero, our leader for this trip. He is here. And then I have the amazing Dominic Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, multi-dimensional trance medium, integrated energy therapy master, instructor, Reiki master teacher, international healer, medium from Snapchat, original series Stranded, and TV show host from Divine Encounters on E360 TV. She was disabled for 10 years. She discovered a holistic approach to healing, and that has led her on many pilgrimages around the world, ultimately becoming able-bodied once more. She now speaks and shares her knowledge and lets others know not only are they not alone, but there is always hope. And then we have the amazing Andre Dutu. He is an independent artist who moved back to his home city, Bucharest, in 2021 after spending 6 years in the UK studying and gigging alongside his uni project, Unknown Chapters. Since his arrival home, he has made his solo debut appearance on Romanian television. Basically, he's a superstar there, and shows such as X Factor Romania in 2021. He was the grand final runner-up, and Eurovision, I love Eurovision, Romania 2023, third place on national final. Put your hands together for Dr. Lawrence Michael Harris, Andre Dutu, and the Oracle of Apollo. Woo! I love you guys. I miss you.
Hi, everybody.
So
hello.
Yeah.
Hola,
So,
hola.
this is just a few of us. There's just a few of us from the team. But those that could make it, Andre again's here at 2 a.m. God bless you for
Yes.
for doing that, for being that. And what I would love to do is just recap our time in Romania together, our takeaways, some magic, and just,
Well,
what happened there.
can I just ask permission before we get started? Because I'm doing a couple things. I'm grilling some chicken saute, and I figured I might as well fix my ass while we're doing it. So if I appear a little busy, so I'm just gonna, don't mind me.
You might as well fix your hemorrhoids while we're on the show.
Oh my
Anything
God.
about having him? Oh, is that what you thought? Sorry. So anyway, happy to be here. Hi, Andre. Hi, Oracle.
Hello, fearless leader.
Can I just say about Andre? Did
Yes.
you guys listen to that version of Hallelujah I sent you?
Yeah.
Man,
Thank you.
Andre, I was running around in the building while you were up there, of course, and man, was I touched. I'm not kidding you. I had to stop looking at footage after I watched that last night and just lay it on down. It was that brilliant. So
He is brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. I'm going to show a 3-minute video of our trip. So it's going to give you a really good recap, and then it's going to refresh it all for us too, which will be nice. And it's Andre singing. This is live, him singing at the event, the song that's on the video. And so I'll play it real quick, and then I'll have you all back on. Here it is, a little recap of Romania 2023.
I call peace Dacă ați ști ce înseamnă ce sunteți acum, viața e un drum, avem și povești, uneori doare, uneori înveți, dar ești mai bun când oferi ce-i mai bun. Și ești mai bun când știi că ești mai bun. Hai să fim prieteni, 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 prieteni. Hai să fim 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 prieteni. Hai să fim. Hai să fim din nou.
Yeah, get it.
But that anger, it makes walls around us.
There is a golden cord of purpose
Există acea sfoară aurie a unui destin
that runs directly through Valentine.
care trece dincolo și prin ferentari.
Do not listen to the lies that say you cannot be,
Nu ascultați minciunile care vă spun că voi nu puteți,
because you already are.
pentru că voi deja sunteți.
So keep going,
Așa că continuați,
keep growing,
continuați să evoluați
and then stand in front of this world and keep showing.
și stați în fața oamenilor și arătați.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
So good. Oh, so good. What an amazing time. Lauren, I know you have some things you got to do and you have to leave other than your grilling.
Your mic's muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, there we go. I'll say this. Okay, I'll come clean. You know how when you go on a blind date and you tell your friend to sit in the corner, and if you give them the signal, call and rescue you, or you don't know if the party's going to be lame.
Really?
I'm kidding. I really do have a meeting. I'm kidding.
You're such a...
I'm so glad to see all of you. Can I just ask before I leave, do you find yourself missing people that you don't even remember their names, but you remember their spirits? I do. Every time I look at that footage, and wait till you, man. But I just want to say to all of you and the ones who will watch, and including the viewers who may have supported in any kind of way, even if it was just well wishes and prayer, what you see and what you experience when you see what we experienced belongs to you too. It was a part of you too. And remember, no matter where we go, how far we go, there's always room for you too. That is the power of we. So thank y'all. Be blessed and keep being the blessings. God bless you.
Bye, Lauren.
Bye.
Awesome. So Lauren is the reason we all got to go. Lauren is the one who organized this, put it together. He's been doing the Power of We Symposium for the last 3 years. And this is the first international trip. And so it was really his heart and soul that went into this and the reason we all got to go. So I'm glad he was able to jump on even for a minute. But just so you know, in case you're not sure what's going on, what's this Romania thing? We went there for a week. There was 12 of us. And then we partnered up with another 20 more on the ground. I don't even remember now how many people there was. There was a lot of
Wow.
us. And we literally did this on the first night, and we're hand in hand the rest of the week. Every day we had a different place, a different shelter, a different orphanage, kids from the ghetto, kids from Ferentari, which is kind of like the slums of the city, in the roughest part of the city. And so every day was very different, but over 200 kids we were impacted, by us and us by them. And so it's taken me a week to recover. I'm a little sick, as you can tell. And but it's amazing. It's amazing to be impacted so strongly. So Oracle, I'd love you to go first. What was one of your favorite takeaway or highlights? Let's go with highlights first, and then we'll go to you, Andre.
My highlight. Man, as you're saying this, so much energy is coming in. It's like whoosh inside of me. So, you know what like blew my mind? This is what blew my mind. First of all, going to this experience was insane because it was just like, how am I going to get there? How am I going to pay for it? There were so many human things about it, right? And then we finally get there and everything gets put into this box of like, you're irrelevant. your little muggle problems are completely irrelevant. Sit yourself down. And then you get to experience, I thought I was going there to pour into people. Like, this is what we do, right? As healers, we're going to go and we're going to pour into people. And man, did I get blindsided by how much I got poured into.
Yeah.
I came back so full that when you started this episode, you mentioned abundance. And I'm telling you, this morning, like I cried my eyes out this morning, like ugly girl tears, because I was so full, like just to capacity, just brimming. And like I'm feeling all the experience coming and hitting me all at once. The freedom, the play, the moment, just being. Like that was like what the whole trip encapsulated for me was just forget, like we have so many problems, right? So many things that draw our attention. And then you have these beautiful, innocent souls who are just happy to play, who are just happy to touch you, who are just happy to be touched, to be hugged, to be held, to be seen. And everything else falls away because all in all, like that's all that ever really matters is to be seen and to be held and to feel safe. And wow, it just like it right in my heart. That's my highlight.
Yay, I know, right?
I know.
And we were there to bring hope. We were there to bring love. We were there to inspire. Those are the reasons we went. And like Oracle's saying, they blessed us in so many ways, right back. So Andre, what were your highlights, my friend?
I mean, for me, it was such an amazing experience to see you at work, because I knew there was a group of people, a beautiful group of people that was coming to Romania to see the kids. But I think that the real impact is that the kids got to see not only foreigners, but also people who work with energy. And I enjoyed so much to see you open up this amazing world in front of them. And even though there was a language barrier, they were soaking in so much of your love and they were giving back so much light. And it was such a wonderful experience. The highlight has to be when I came on the second day and I sang in front of them. And what really surprised me is I had a whole show in my mind and I had a whole set prepared. And then I went in front of the kids and I saw your faces and their faces. And I was like, what am I trying to prove? I am just gonna see what comes out of my mouth just if I look at them. And the song that you listen to is an improvised song. And I made sure that I add as many words about childhood and about what it means to be free and young, and to make sure they know they have a choice, and to always remember that they can form friendships and the chorus is "Let's be friends." And I love the fact that instead of singing, I don't know, a song that was, I don't know, consecrated and do a cover or one of my songs, I made an energy with them on spot, and it felt
You just made that up in the
yeah,
moment?
yes.
Oh my God, I love it even more. I sing it all day long. I sing it all day long, that song. It's amazing. Wow, let's be friends. Sorry if I cut you off.
No worries, no worries. But that was definitely a highlight for me to see you work there and to see the kids who they had interpreters and they could hear the interpreters talk, and they were absorbing every move you were making, every word you were saying, and it felt like they could understand you even though they couldn't speak the language. And I think that's fantastic, and it's proof that energy is for everyone and it's borderless.
Yes. Yes. My highlight, I guess you spoke of it, was being able to do some energy work for the ladies on Saturday. So Saturday was my day. It was the shelter day, and a full circle moment for me. Um, I wrote my book, Get Your Shit Together, for women in shelters. Like, that's who I wrote it for. Of course, it's for anyone breathing who has old programming. But my heart was to help women who have been in situations like that. So to stand in front of them and to share my story, and they I mean, the beginning of the talk, they were crying and hopeless, and by the end they were like feeling hope. And I shared a story, and you all who have followed me know about my friend Danny, who was stabbed 9 times, and I shared that story and how she came out of it in a week, losing a kidney and all that. Anyways, one of the ladies at the back of the room whispered to one of the translators and said, "I've been stabbed too." And so I whispered back in the translator's ear. I mean, pure chaos going around with 30 of us and 40 of them. And and I said, "Listen, I do energy work in case she wants help." And so she comes running over and she says, she does. And I'm like, okay. So I went over, I grabbed her and I said, "Let's go to the corner." And when she thought about that moment of being stabbed, her face, I can't even tell you the look on her face. And then at the end, I looked at her and I said, "How do you feel?" And she flashed me the biggest smile. And she's like, "It's just something that happened now." And I was like, wow, like this is what it's all about, liberating people from suffering, from their mind and their body and their spirit. And so my next favorite memory is then they would bring their kids to me. They brought their kids to me first, and then I helped the next moms. And one of the little girls had nightmares, and so I was helping remove the fear from her. And at the end, she just threw her arms around me, and she was 3. She didn't know how to communicate anything with the language and with her age, and she did it with a big hug. So yeah, it was magic. It was magic on so many levels, so many levels.
There
Um,
was so much magic, and I was so happy to have witnessed this experience with you, and I'm so honored that you were there and that your dharma brought you to a moment that also created a full circle moment for you. I think that's beautiful.
I'm
Thank
so
you,
grateful.
Amy, for being of service.
Thank you. We all were. And when you got up on Saturday, so let's talk about Saturday for a minute. Oh no, I had Saturday. You had Monday.
Monday.
You had Monday, no, and Ferrantati.
Yep, I
Anyway,
had Fed and Toddy, which like you said earlier was like the up and coming area, right?
yes, I like
So
that better.
yeah, up and coming. So I grew up in an up and coming area. So I'm sugar and spice, so I get it. And so I had shared my story with the kids. We got in there, and these were the oldest kids for the week. And there was a lot of resistance, a lot of jadedness, and they're hard because they live a hard way. So it's understandable. And I was able to get up there and share my story with them and what it's like to grow up in the hood, and recognizing the struggles that come with that. People being murdered in front of you, my best friend committing suicide, sexual assault, a gun at my head at 5 years old. And as I'm sharing this story, the room softened. And then you just see them starting to engage and starting to listen and taking them like, wow, she really gets this, being around drugs all the time and just not doing the right thing for your body or for your self-esteem. And I was able to share that ultimately, that even in our darkest days, that we're not alone, that we have support, that there are ancestors who have prayed over us without even knowing our name. Before we even existed, there was love being poured into us. And so I was able to give them a technique to connect to that energy. And in your clip that you showed, where there's a girl where I'm kind of soothing her, she just let out this cry that was from like the depths of her soul. And she tried to hide in her big hair. And even though we didn't speak, I could feel her. And I just held her in my arms for like 10 minutes. And I just presented myself as that mother that she needed in the moment. And I just let her cry and let it out. And a little boy had grabbed me and grabbed one of the translators and said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "But in private." So he takes me to the hallway and he asked me, "Can you please walk me through those steps again?" I didn't get it. So I walked him through the steps. How do I know it's real? And I just touched him on his heart. I said, "Because you feel it. I don't have to tell you that it's real. That's how you know it's real." And then he just embraced me. And it was just beautiful. And after that, I know other people came to me and said, "Wow, the whole energy of the room changed." The kids started playing. Their authenticity came out. They were so friendly. There was no resistance. It was like a whole entirely different space.
It was. It's true. And it happened in seconds.
Seconds.
It happened in seconds. You got up there and you just flat out told them straight up what you've been through. And they're like, okay, this girl knows what she's talking about and we're going to listen. And everything changed from that second on. And it was a big party after that. Just complete trust.
I just feel like we came in there looking like rainbows and butterflies. Oh, look at these.
Yeah.
When I'm from the hood and I see a white person come to me, I'm like, "Oh, look at that rich person. What do they know about my struggle? What do they know about my story?" They're polished. Nothing is going on with them. But to come in there and show them I was rough and now I'm polished was choice. You have choice. You're not alone. You had the capability to shine and you can do that. You can do that through your music. You can do that through your poetry. They perform theater for us. Like, this was so beautiful that they had something to lean on and be expressive in a world that wants to shut them down. I feel so freaking privileged. And I am. And I'm blessed.
Life is happening for us and everything is here to help us.
Yeah.
Right? And them too. Everything that they're going through is helping them, is there for them. They don't maybe know it or see it yet. They're not on the other side of that yet. But they will be. They will be. Right? And yeah, amazing. I'd love to know from you, Andre, like as a Romanian, how do you feel, like what impact do you think this is having on the kids that we touched, or what do you see this? What are your thoughts about this?
To be honest, it was a study for me as well, because I grew up in Romania. There are not a lot of people from outside of the country. You don't have a lot of contact with people from outside the country. And you get in contact with different type of culture through the means of internet or TV. And then when you meet people from a different country, it's so special. And now it was an experiment for me to see how kids would react to people who are suddenly super interested in their lives. And for me, I think that whenever you get the attention of someone, especially kids, and you really get into their world, it's very important to go in with light and go in with the purest intention, because you leave a mark. And I think the whole purpose of the Power of We Symposium and the whole the whole experience of you traveling all the way to Romania brought so much light, and it left such an amazing mark on the kids, and not just on the kids, even the Romanian team felt the impact of all the beautiful energy you brought into the country. And we talked about it, and we were all filled with this content and joy, and we're thinking of the next thing that we're going to do and the next way we're going to connect with the kids that we also met for the first time. And it's always so important to see people gather around in the same energy. And I think for the fact that they were super in love with the fact they couldn't understand the language, but they knew they know stories about Americans through film, but then it was real life. And I think it shocked them how similar movies are to real life. I think it's always a shock to realize that your world can be portrayed somewhere else and it exists in different cultures as well. Because in a way it helps knowing that you're not alone. And on the other hand, it makes them feel like they can leave this place if they don't feel like they belong in an up and coming part of the city. So it's definitely hope, and it definitely opened a lot of eyes. And a lot of people ask me, so what are you doing, Andrew? Where are you going? Because I was on tour when you came, so I actually had to cut somehow a flight in and fly in and just meet you and do the performance and meet the kids. And they were asking me, what are you doing? I said, this is something so special I cannot even put into words. It's been an absolute honor to meet you and to see you in person. And I think the kids were everything, and they deserved everything that they got. And yeah, I'm very happy you came there, so thank you very much. I would like to to thank you in the name of the project.
Oh, well, it was a team effort, and we did it as a team. We couldn't have communicated anything without the Romanian team there at every beck and call. Help, translator. You know, as the kids are trying to tell us, and we're like, we
Blank
want to know
stares.
what you're saying. We want to know what you're saying. And then one of you would come over, and all of a sudden, eureka, we understand. It was amazing. It was amazing. One of from your team, he's a famous actor there in Romania, Catalin, and I asked him what his highlight was and his big takeaway, and he said, "I don't have problems.
Yeah,
I don't have problems."
it definitely puts into perspective your own life and everything that you're, I don't know, encountering your daily life, and you think, oh my God, it's such an impossible thing that the traffic is bad. And then you look at the kids and their problems, and they come from real problems and real bad situations, and you realize you're abundant, like you were saying, you are privileged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
Privileged and blessed. I love that. I love that. There was a magic moment when you were there that day. Before you came on, we sat at the table, and I'd love to know. I know you were teaching the kids some things, so I want you to cover that here in a minute, Oracle. But I got talking with the kids, and I said, "Where do you want to go?" Because we were talking about travel. And where's your dream? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? And went around the table, and I just remember they're all of them. I could go around right now and tell you exactly. There was Dubai and New York City and Thailand and France, and they would just light up. And I said, "You want to learn how you can get there? How you can make that happen?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay. So first step, you've already done. You already know where you want to go." And they're like, "Okay, yeah." And then I said, "Next step, you put an envelope that says the country, and you start putting money away. So every dollar that you get, you just put 20% in there. So 20 cents, right? Every dollar from whatever location, however you get it. And all of a sudden, you're going to have enough money to go to France." And their eyes got really big. And the one girl looks up at me. She goes, "That's a really good idea." in English. She said it in English. And then I said, and you want to know how you can make it happen even faster? And they're like, yeah. And I said, you visualize it like it's already happened. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you see it already done. Who do you want to take? Who are you going with? How long are you going for? Research how long it's, how much it's going to cost for the flights. Look it up now. Write it on the envelope. How much are hotels? Write it on the envelope. Have your number. Know exactly what you need. And they're like, whoa. And so I got, some of them shared their information, and so they're going to keep me posted when they get to go get to their country of their dreams. So it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's magic.
So we have just a couple minutes left. What are some last words as far as this trip? We have the Power of We Symposium 2023, Romania.
I want to say that this started as an idea, and all great events start as just an idea. And I love the fact that it became reality. I love the fact that you brought so much energy into making it a reality. And I do think that you did something that matters. And it's in this world, it's so important that we find those pockets of and moments where we can shine the brightest and spread love and light. And for me personally, it was such an experience of joy and an experience of learning about who I am as a person. And if you did that for someone who traveled and is is in front of people, you can imagine what mark you left for the others and for the kids who want to travel and want to go further. So what I want to say is thank you, really.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for flying all the way in to do that one day with us. Yeah, you are a huge part, Andre. I love you. I adore your soul. I'm excited to get to know you more. I'm coming back to Romania. Diana from Hope for Kids is helping me translate the book into Romania, and we're going to do a tour this summer, hopefully, in the shelters to do some more work there, to make a difference and to help liberate some more suffering. Yeah. Oracle, last thoughts?
I feel like what is an experience but an opportunity for momentum for something even greater. The connections that were made, it was like planting a seed into the earth without expecting to ever sit under the shade of that tree. Pollinating a forest without ever seeing the blossoms or smelling the sweetness of what will produce and yield. I feel so humbled and blessed. And I'm about to get in my feelings, so hold on. I feel so humbled and blessed to have been able to do something that not only was I able to give, but in being able to receive. By being in my purpose, I help other people within their own purpose and expand that purpose. And it's just a continuation of purpose that serves all purposes ultimately. And I want to say, if your heart wants to, start at home, start small, find something to give your time, your energy, your love into, pour into other people, get out of suffering by getting out of yourself. Being of service is what creates true harmony, lets go of dissonance, and ultimately it builds the legacy, and the legacy is love, right? So leave a legacy of love. That's what I have to share.
So it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming. Andre, thank you for being up at 2 a.m. Love you guys. We'll see you soon, I'm sure, because we're now
Thank you, Amy.
Connected forever. All right, we'll take care. We'll have you on at the end of the show. Hang tight. And we're going to do mantra magic and meditation moment right after these few words. 1 second. All right, before I show this commercial, I have so much heart and soul and excitement in doing it. This is Sri Preetaji. Sri Preetaji is my spiritual master, her and her husband, Sri Krishnaji. And that doesn't mean a religion of any sort. We are body, mind, soul. And they have taught me so much about my spirit and my soul. And they are who I spent a month in India with. She is coming on the show next week. And now I'm going to get into my feelings. I'm so honored that she's coming. And she is going to bless us in so many ways. So come back, watch next week. Show your friends, share it. It's really going to be really epic. This is a rare opportunity. She is followed by millions of people around the world. She is making a massive impact on this planet, and she's raising the frequency of it, period. So here is a beautiful little video about my spiritual master.
Shri Preetaji is a woman philosopher and transformational leader. She is known for her original teachings, meditation practices, and mystic processes that have helped millions in India and many nations of the world, leading them to mental health, emotional wellness, and spiritual awakening. Her purpose is to awaken human consciousness from agitation to peace, separation to connection, and division to oneness. In 2002, together with her husband Shri Krishnaji, she undertook the mammoth project of creating the gigantic architectural marvel of Ekam, World Center for Enlightenment, and completed it in 2008. Ekam is a sacred pillarless structure built of marble to accommodate 8,000 seekers in a state of meditation. It is a mystic powerhouse that has been created with a vision to bring world peace and enlightenment. Shri Preetaji, along with her husband, Shri Krishnaji, co-authored the US best-selling book, The Four Sacred Secrets, in 2018. She has also created Oneness Yoga, an integration of 5 forms of yoga to help the world realize the true spirit of yogic tradition. Preetaji's TEDx talk from Kansas City has been viewed by over 3 million people. She has been interviewed on prestigious online platforms such as Goop, Marie Forleo, One Commune, and has been covered in magazines including Forbes, Fortune India, Inc., Authority, and the Huffington Post. She travels to the USA, Europe, Australia, Latin America, Japan, South Korea, and China every year, offering her 4-day signature program called the Field of Awakening. In conclusion, the world certainly is a more peaceful place because of Shri Preetaji's presence in it.
And that is the truth. So excited. Next week, 4 o'clock Pacific. Get your shit together live right here on E360 or on Facebook, however you want to watch it, YouTube, Amy Joy Coaching. And right now it's time for Mantra Magic. All right, Mantra Magic. This is the part of the show where we sing a little song or a chant or a poem, and it's all designed to reprogram the mind. So instead of having an old story like life's hard or things are always this way or they're always going to do this, we change it. And so this is the amazing Maria Ishtali, and this is our Mantra Magic for the week. You can find this every week on Instagram at Amy Joy Coaching as well, so that you can watch it again and again and again.
Hello, beautiful people of the world. My name is Maria Ishtali. Welcome to Mantra Magic. Today's mantra is about feeling our feelings. It's okay to feel. It's okay to cry. Life is just like this. Everything is divine. It's okay to feel. It's okay to cry. Life is just like
It's okay to feel. Oracle, you and I are in good standing tonight. It's okay to feel. It's okay to cry. Yes, it is. We got to get that stuff out. Get it out, get it out, get it out. All right, it is now time for meditation moment. All right, this is the part of the show where we take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and we're going to get present. We're going to get present to the right here and the right now. And why do we do that? Well, it gets us out of our messed up past that we're thinking about, and out of our projected messed up future that we're often creating and thinking about, into the right here, right now. And right here, right now is perfect. Has everything we need in it right now. And so I want you to close your eyes for a second. I'm going to be leading you. This is super easy. Sit down, grab the kids, grab the grandkids, sit everybody down. This is 5 minutes, and see and feel the magic. So I'm going to play some beautiful music from the amazing Gary Malkin. He's a multi-Emmy winner. He's just created a new musical. He has many, many things on Gaia TV. And he shared this with us. So I want you to close your eyes. And at the end of the meditation, I'll be sending you a beautiful diksha. A diksha is a transfer of energy. And it does all kinds of, it's known to do all kinds of beautiful, miraculous things. And it's up to you to receive it or not. But just breathe in for a minute. Breathe in. Exhale. This is called the Serene Mind Practice. I learned this from Sri Preetaji, who you're going to see next week on the show. And you can do this 5 minutes throughout the day. Change your life. I want you to observe your breath right now. Just feel the air leave and come. And I want you to take observation. How do you feel right now? Are you crappy or happy? No guilt, no shame, not right or wrong, just feel it. What's true? Where are you at right now? Now I want you to observe, what thoughts are you thinking right now? Are they thoughts of the past? Of the future? Or are they thoughts of right here, right now? Again, neither is right or wrong, good or bad. Just observe it. And breathe. Breathe deep. Now I want you to visualize a flame flickering right in front of your head, right in front of your eyes. Notice the colors of gold, yellow, orange, white, red. Now bring that flame slowly right into the middle of your head. And watch it flicker there. With your hands on your heart, I want you to think of one thing you're so grateful for. And while you're in this beautiful state, I will be sending you this blessing. And with a big breath in. All right, we are out of time. We've had way too much fun. I love you, Andre. I love you, Oracle. I'm sorry, we have to close the show. We'll see you next week with Shri Preetaji, all the way from India. I love you. Remember, together we vibrate higher. And that, my friends, changes the world. Besos. Mwah. I love you. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Love you. Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.